important feature inside Dreamweaver CS3 is the ability to use fonts and the various settings to do with font size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this area here, and we can see I'm using the size 24 font size and I'm using pixels. However, if we select this drop down menu, we can see there's various options to do with font size. So we've got pixels, points, inches, centimeters, millimeters, picas, EMs, X's and percentages. What does this actually mean, and which one should we actually be using in our websites? This is what I'm going to cover in this tutorial. What I'm going to do is I've actually broken down the fonts into two main sets of groups or categories, if you like. I've got the first set, which are pixels, EMs, X's and percentages. These grouped or set of fonts, font sizes, are primarily due for those individuals who want to work with online based medium. So things like online design or website design will probably use any of these groups of fonts. For those who want to actually go off and print their websites or print any digital media, they'll be using these sets of fonts, which is point size, inches, millimeters and picas. So they're kind of grouped into two different categories. So basically, if you remember, these set of fonts are really to do with printing based medium. So if you want to print your websites, and it will basically mean that your fonts will be printed really sharp and it will printed accurately. These, however, will be displaying your fonts accurately in any different web browsers, and the web browser will render them appropriately. So these are kind of the most two common things that we've got here. So if you remember, this would be to do with online based medium, and this would be to do with print based medium. Moving on, I've then got pixels. Well, basically a few definitions here. Mainly, pixels are basically a reliable measurement of size on most devices. So pixels are most commonly used, and I recommend you guys using these for your web-based fonts, simply because it means that this type of measurement is going to be one of the most reliable on most devices and most browsers. So if we set, for example, if we set a font size to 12 pixels, it locks it to 12 pixels and that's it. So we will see that same piece of text being rendered at 12 pixels on a different web browser or on another mobile device. We've then got X's. Well, basically all the fonts are based on the lowercase x of that particular font. So the default fonts are rendered based on the lowercase of that x, and we can see that in Dreamweaver when it says small, medium, large with the XX. And we've got the percentage, which renders a text 100% of the default text, which is similar to the EMs, which is a relative measurement based on the context used. For example, 1 M is equal to the current size of the default text. For now, I recommend, if any of you are going to use web-based fonts, define them in pixels is the most accurate measurement and is one that is most frequently used in web development. And if you want to go off and print your website, I would recommend using points, point size, or millimeters are quite popular as well. And there you have it. That's a quick description of the various fonts and the options available inside Dreamweaver CS3.